Welcome to another festive episode of the Informing Choices mini-pod. Christmas is a special time of year for many people around the world. And here on the Informing Choices mini-pod, we're exploring what futurists think Christmas might be like in 2040. Today, I'm delighted to welcome back friend of the podcast, Alexandra Whittington, to this festive project. Firstly, Alex, Merry Christmas. Tell me what you think Christmas might be like in 2040.
Thanks, Steve. Merry Christmas to you as well. As a futurist, as you know, I'm very interested in social change and culture and people. So this is a really cool question to me. I'm interested in all sorts of holidays in the future. And I think with Christmas, I'm probably going to focus on the gift giving aspect. I was thinking that in 20 years, the way that we gift one another may be something quite different. In particular, was something that jumped to my mind when I was going over the question was we might have some sort of fake or prop gifts to give in the future to put under the tree or what have you, because so many future gifts will be digital, right? I might give someone a piece of digital real estate or some sort of metaverse experience. A lot of the things that will be recreational, fun, entertaining in 2040 will be intangible. So I was brainstorming about, what might we do without those gifts, right? We have bags as part of the decorations, right? It's pretty and colorful. So I was thinking maybe we'll have fake gifts, right? We'll buy them at the store, like along with our fake Christmas tree, fake fireplace, and put some fake gifts under the tree to represent that you're giving someone something, but it's actually gifts that you can't wrap. Right. And I mean, this is a problem that we already have today, right? We already we give each other cash and gift cards and stuff like that. But I'm thinking in the future, more and more gifts will be something you can't touch. So therefore, people will want something pretty to exchange. And it may not be what we think of now as gifts. Maybe it would be more like a plant, right? Something, a living thing, a baked good, a cookie, I don't know, something that represents gift giving that isn't itself a gift, but there may be some digital presence behind it.
I like that idea of still, despite the opportunity represented by digital technologies, there's still the physical, the kind of the human connection, the actual physical taking a gift, whatever it might be. That kind of retains the human element, doesn't it?
That was sort of the assumption I decided to choose on that one. Yeah, because I think that we will still want to have the ceremonial feel of giving someone a gift, accepting a gift, having something there on Christmas morning, especially when you think about kids or older people who will want that tradition to be carried on. I think it's just important to people. Gifting is a ancient human practice, right? It's something that we do as societies. It's important to the way that we stay connected. So I think that keeping something you can touch and feel and see that's attractive and cute or whatever, I think that will still continue to be important, even though we're missing out on a huge sustainability opportunity here. We could omit all the trash and the waste and the paper. So who knows, maybe it could be something more eco-conscious, like I was saying, a plant. Maybe you would give someone something that they can use or reuse or purpose in some way, rather than the wasteful paper boxes and all of that.
Do you think, just picking up the sustainability point, that perhaps what we might see is some kind of regulatory framework, which means everything we give at Christmas, or any time for that matter, will have to be recyclable, reusable, redeployable in some way at the point of manufacture, rather than having to work out how we do it at the end of its life?
For sure. As more cities, counties, even nations embrace this idea of like a circular regenerative economy, that could very well come into place. I would think it would happen in local regions rather than on a large scale. But I guess it depends on what we're dealing with in terms of sustainability by 2040.
Yeah. And one of the other things you picked up on that kind of links back to that, I suppose, is the tradition, because I suppose to some extent the tradition of, or the traditions around celebrating Christmas have evolved over a number of years. And you've already spoken in one way in which they might evolve further. So how do you think there'll be an acceleration in the change of traditions? I mean, something that we do now which is very different to 30 years ago, will seem very traditional old in 10 years' time. So what do you think the traditional element, the bit that will stay, what will that look like, do you think, in 2040?
The bit that will stay?
Yeah.
I think that, aside from gift giving, I would definitely say family as a core concept of Christmas.
Yeah.
However, the concept of what constitutes a family is changing.
Yeah.
So I think that might be an interesting one, because as people having fewer children presently, so that means in a generation's time there will be less young people, conceivably, yet less, babies, even the next generation. So that's something to think about. Families might look different. They might have members who are virtually present or holographically present. They might have robotic family members. And I know that's all sort of high tech, far-fetched, but it might be that your robot dog feels like more of part of the family in 30 years than it would today. There will be celebrations and special occasions in the metaverse, and they're going to be different. You're going to get to dress yourself up as something that you wouldn't normally look like, right? It's you could come dressed as Santa Claus, or you could come dressed as an alien or something, right? You would have all the flexibility implied by the metaverse in terms of who you are and presenting yourself. So I think that, I'm going to keep it positive and say that we can look forward to positive, fun, exciting human gatherings around holidays in the metaverse one day.
It sounds like the only limits to the metaverse might be our own imaginations.
It sort of sounds like that, yeah.
Alex, that's absolutely fantastic. I loved your thoughts on Christmas. That's absolutely fantastic. And thank you, everyone, for listening. You can learn more about Alex and her work by connecting via the links in the podcast description. In the meantime, do let your friends and colleagues know about the Informing Choices mini-pod, and a Merry Christmas to you all, and especially to you, Alex. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.